Ladies and gentlemen, you rightly hit the nail. When this sole administrator was appointed, we issued a statement widely publicized condemning the process and pleading that it might be reviewed. It was not, though our positions were clear. But that notwithstanding, we have been working with it consistently, praying and doing everything humanly possible to make sure it succeeded and that peace is returned. Because we are particularly encouraged by the resolution of the National Assembly that at the completion of the time, provided there is peace, they will revert to the old process, recalling the governor of the state. We were for the constitutionality of Rivers State. What is constitutional? What should be done correctly in the state? So having been assured of that, we've been working consistently until this recent bombshell. To be precise, on my part, on the 7th of March, I received a letter from the administrator generally appealing to stakeholders, intending to invite us to a meeting. The letter was dated 30th October, though it was safe and delivered on the 7th at about 3 p.m. to my house. I wasn't there, but they read it over to me. But surprisingly, yesterday, there was an announcement that sole administrator has appointed or cancelled the appointment of civil service commissioners and so on, and has appointed administrators. We are wondering, the first appointment we are virtually questioned, but because it was done by the president, what powers, what rights have the sole administrator to be an executive, to start reappointing administrators at the local government level and the Civil Service Commission? So we couldn't understand the rationale behind it. But then things began to unfold. There was a High Court judgment on ruling on the 8th that the court will give 14 days period to the sole administrator because people took him to court, challenging his authority to appoint administrators at the local. Rivers said that we've never used that statement before. We've been preaching for peace and accord. We're still preaching for peace. But for instance, I'm coming out plainly to accuse him now. Initially, we would have probably made a palliative statement. But we are saying, I am saying, I'm not that Wike is the architect of all these things. He has watched. Mr. President has traveled and is not back. He's now swept debt, heaps of debt, piled up somewhere, waiting for Mr. President to come and clear. Him and all those that they are alleged are supporting him, whether in the presidency or in the National Assembly, the Senate, or the House of Rep. We are pleading with them that we will continue to highlight the actions and activities of Wike from now. He should not continue to precipitate crisis. He knew probably the military administrator had invited some people for peaceful resolution discussions. He went in. He was reported to have been here on the 7th, Monday evening, traversing the whole place, visiting the military administrator. Then the following day, this announcement came through. So he is I'm holding him responsible for all the crises in Rivers State. Wike is and when the time comes, probably there will be ways of dealing with it. I will remember what Nigerian leaders, a popular Nigerian leader used to say. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, when he was alive, he used to say that a parable in Yoruba, incidentally the parable is in Yoruba language. He used to say, Surulere, Surulere, be quiet, silently, be silent, be quiet, be silent, be quiet. Surulere, Surulere. And I'm going to borrow the words of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe to say, Surulere, Surulere, to all those who are involved in our activities. On our own part, we continue to pray. We continue to look up to God. We believe this is our state, and we must rescue our state.
So there's nothing that will be done physically. It is just to hope and pray.
We cannot go physical.
Physical, like action, lawsuit.
Well, a lot of things have been done, but as you know, the justices, some of them, few of them, have laid their robes as on the ground as stepping stones for some politicians. Unfortunately, and that is true, some of them, few of them, have laid their robes on the ground as mounting guard of honor. When we started as a Rivers Elders and Leadership Forum, we did write, when this and the problem initially started, we did communicate in writing to both the warring parties, Governor Wike and Governor Fubara. We wrote to them in writing, pleading to meet with them. But unfortunately, we didn't have the cause of receiving a reply from any of them. And we still made efforts in many ways to contact some of our colleagues, but so far it has not succeeded. But we played it down, pursued other avenues quietly before the thing escalated outside the state. But we are still trying, and we hope to try. We hope to continue.